Present day. Present time.
Alright. I'm gonna link the...
Shut up, Agent Kelso.
There's another one. I figured I might as well get this one out. Let's get this out onto a tray.
Oh my.
Minecraft AI conspiracy. I'll just take a sip.
Sip.
Yeah.
Well, Sheriff, you ready for some extra work? Yeah.
When I was 9 years old, the things I loved most in my life were Shrek and, of course, Legos. So when Minecraft was released, it was like a wet dream come true. Well, for me anyway. My parents were probably shitting themselves every time a different version of the game was released, as I would always ask them to buy it, even if I didn't have the console. They were still recovering from the financial loss experienced for therapy, following the events which happened to me in the autumn of 11, when the Green Man came through my window. He raped me.
What?
But everything changed in the summer of 2015. I was only 13 years old. Sky Does Minecraft was my idol. Minecraft was getting pretty shit, but I was too much of a hipster to care. It was that fateful day when the zombie apocalypse occurred. Nobody saw it coming. Now, 20 years later, at the age of 33, I'm sorry, I gotta say that like Seth. Now, 20 years later, at the age of 33, with my parents dead, I will tell you how this dreaded event occurred. It all started when Notch sold Minecraft to Microsoft, and Microsoft, being the power-hungry corporate whores they are, decided to use the game for the evils. What a twist! As M. Night Shyamalan would probably say, but it doesn't matter because he's dead now. On January 18th, 2015, I was watching anime on some shitty site I will not name here. The anime was called Junju Romantica. No, he said he wouldn't name the site. Not the anime. The anime was called Junju Romantica. It is the best anime evas, even for a male like me. It was halfway through one episode where Usame was baning Misaki when I decided, fuck this, I'm getting bored, and closed my browser. The browser I use is Torch. It is the best browser evas. My mother heard me and shouted, Bonsai buddy, don't use language like that, you prick.
Bonsai buddy.
Yes, my name is Bonsai. Deal with it. My mom always called me buddy after saying my first name, although I never knew why. Probably a reference to some shitty software that everyone used back in 1990 whatever. Yes, I'm from the UK.
Bonsai buddy.
Don't fucking ask, mate. My dad walked into his office. I don't know what any of this has to do with the events of the story, but I will tell it all anyway.
Is it from the same guy?
I don't think so.
Oh shit.
It develops characters that are never going to appear again in the story ever. He walked into his office and opened his Windows 98 with Internet Explorer laptop. I still had no idea why he didn't upgrade. Well, not yet anyway. Who the fuck drew this phallus? I heard a loud cry coming from his room. Phallus, yeah. Who the fuck drew this phallus? I heard a loud cry come from his room. Oh shit. I'd been found out. I immediately called social services, and Sebastian Michaels answered the phone, or Sebastian McCallies answered the phone. Yes, my lord, I shall be there straight away. What the fuck? No sooner than that, Sebastian used the /TP Sebastian Bonsai Booty command and ended up right in front of me just as my dad was about to beat me and massacred my father.
He got raped by Bonzi Buddy?
No, he is Bonzi Buddy.
No, please!
His name is Bonsai and his mom calls him Buddy.
Oh, man.
As I'd say, a job well done. See you later, my lord. And then he TP'd back to CL and left me be. Thank God that man was dead. I always hated him. My mom came down the stairs and screamed. She called the police and I got sent to the Young Offenders Institution for about 2 months. The guy in the cell next to me got caught smoking weed and was serving a life sentence, which I personally think is very fair considering that shiz be bad. I was let out. Wait, where is it? I was let out, and my mom let me live at home again, which I didn't find strange at all. This is where the real story begins. March 19th, 2015. I was on my computer and I decided to see how much more shit Minecraft had become. I then saw that in September of 2014, Notch had sold Minecraft to Microsoft, so that's why the updates have been getting worse. Everything was so clear to me now. I then saw that a new Minecraft version had been released, Minecraft 4.2.0. Christ. The update was released today. I searched it up, but couldn't find anything about it, which I didn't find strange at all. So I decided to check the log. Something I don't remember. Something that I can't remember. VQRRSGDZJ. Still not quite sure what this means. Could be something to do with Caesar salad. Something I can't remember. Something I can't remember. Something I can't remember. Added Herobrine. Wait, what? Added Herobrine? This concept was unfathomable to my brain, and still is. My life flashed before my eyes. I managed to pull myself out together and call it bullshit. I clicked the gray play button at the bottom and the update was installed in the What number is that? 314,159 minutes. Approximately 5,235 hours, meaning approximately 218 days, meaning I was 13 by this point, meaning I spent more than half a year waiting for the update to install. So was it worth it? Fuck yes. When the game finally loaded, I accidentally clicked on multiplayer. I didn't mean to, but in doing this, I made a miraculous discovery. There was a server named Irksu Wisbebdika Iju X Zri Flursuke. Wow, these game developers have had their fair share of Caesar salad. Maybe they're just really fucking high, I don't know. I looked to see how many players are online. There were 2 out of 420 players. The server icon was a blood red heroine with his white eyes showing like bright stars for all to see. The message on the server was, Dayton likes cock.
Wow.
So who was this mysterious Dayton? How I wish I was to never find out. I should mention at this point the graphics were extremely realistic, almost hyper realistic. Were Microsoft turning this game into an MMO? Who is Dayton? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, this is serious business. I can't joke about the cause of the zombie apocalypse, as a bunch of butthurt idiots will probably kill me for making a crappy joke about it. I clicked on the server and went in. There were 2 other players online. They were Shitlord7 and Twilight Fan 69. Twilight is fucking gay. Why is this idiot on here? I saw that my character model was an actual human. It seemed rather out of place in the blocky world, but I didn't care. The game was already in the shitter anyway. I walked out and I saw Shrek just standing there. Then it came back to me. The events of the autumn of 11 came back, flooding to me. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
You can't just...
I went down to kneel in front of Shrek. But wait! Why would the game know about my personal experience that happened when I was only 9? This couldn't just be a coincidence, as I don't remember installing any mods on my computer. I came to a valid conclusion. The game can replicate the past of the person playing, or Microsoft for trolling me, but that didn't come into my head at the time. As I started to run away, I was teleported to a dark room. There I saw the 2 other players on the server. We just stood there and stared at each other for about 69.9 seconds. Twilight Fan offered me some Mountain Dew and some Doritos, but I kindly replied, "No, 'cause you're in fadget." It was then that I realized something. If Mountain Dew was into game, then how does Microshizzle get copyright? This was sorcery and it almost made me shit myself. But then, something happened that turned my shit into putrid diarrhea. Madara Uchiha has joined the server. What? Then, Madara appeared in front of us, but then the plot thickened. All part of my plan. A booming voice was heard, but it wasn't from Madara. What the actual fuck was going on? A figure started to appear next to Madara. Bill Gates. Holy shit. It was then that I had a flashback. I don't know why I did. Well, actually I do, but out of context, me no spreek grud English, you shree. I remembered that one day my grandma was found dead in her own home with
How
gunshot
do you
wounds all
remember
over her
that?
body.
Forgot that?
I guess so. Nobody had any idea what weapon was used to kill her, and to be honest, I can see why. I honestly wouldn't have an honest-to-God fucking clue. As soon as I thought about that horrifying memory, Bill Gates said something that shook me to my core. Your nod was 360 quickscoped. Everything was starting to come together. The reason why Shrek assaulted me in my own home at the old age of 9. Why my dad hadn't stopped him when he had the chance. Why Sebastian Macaulay's answered when I called social services. It was because my family made the hell sex shonen AI yaoi contract. Somehow, all of these events were connected with this Minecraft 4.2.0 update. What was the truth to the Minecraft AI conspiracy? Was Usame from Junju Romantica connected with this? Were JR, Twilight... Wait, JR? What's JR? Oh, Junju Romantica. Were Junju Romantica, Twilight, and medieval history somehow interconnected with this mess of a tragedy? I still don't have a fucking clue and probably never will. Then the world closed. Well, that was anticlimactic as fuck, I said. As I shoot of the game and went it to bed, I had a strange dream that night. A really strange dream. And that's really with a capital R. Oh wow, hey, the R was capitalized. I was trolling some random guy in Minecraft, and he sent me a video. I clicked on the link and was sent a video page. It was then that I finally got some answers. The title of the video was Dayton Likes Cock. Everything was finally answered in this video. This 1 second video that changed me in so many ways. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and even sexually. I felt like I had just had the greatest sex ever. I know what having smex feels like, because even at this age, I banged about 28 bitches. Those wondrous words were whispered in my ear, and I woke up. It was 7:30 a.m., and time to get ready for school. I walked to school, and noticed that the gates were barren. Nobody was there. Seeing this, I went home to find my mom on her computer, and asked her politely what the actual fuck was going on. She answered with, "Get the fuck back to school." I ran out the door and realized that this all been an elaborate illusion. Did Aizen use the Bankai on me? Oh my god, he's back! I went to school, and we had a new student. His name was Bill Cipher. He sat next to me. He wore a pirate eye patch, and to be honest, he was probs gay. In fact, this was confirmed in our confrontation of fate at break time. "Watch the video," he whispered to me, his warm breath, a nice difference to the cold air, giving me the weirdest boner. Yep, he was definitely gay. It totally was not me who was gay, totally not. When I got home, I noticed a page was opened. It was the video from my dream. I watched it, and after it finished playing, I noticed the room went a pale white. Static was everywhere, along with the surreally spontaneous, orgasmic appearance and the super special, awesome, super sexy, hyper-realistic blood on the dance floor. God, that band gives me a boner. Still definitely not
Nicolas
gay.
Cage better come down.
Herobrine appeared before me. I couldn't believe it. The person I've had wet dreams about since the age of 10. My thoughts started to get dangerously close to that of a teenage girl who had just seen Justin Bieber. Then Herobrine spoke. I am a figment of a teenage girl who had seen Justin Bieber. Then Herobrine spoke? Wait, what? Huh?
I don't know.
I am a figment of your imagination. Bill Clates drugged your tea. You must save Minecraft and my bae Steve. I just knew those two had a thing. Knew. It was then I felt a twinge of pride at the fanfiction I'd writer about Herobrine and ex-Steve. It was also at that moment I realized my true purpose. It was to save the world of some online game everyone will forget about in a few years. But I just had to do it. For Herobrine, for Sky Does Minecraft, for Steve, for Poop Loser 69, for Gaylord Steambath, for everyone. Just like in that song from Belch, where Ichigo Kurosaki gets called a queen, I felt like the brightest star for all to see. I woke up. I was no longer in my house. I was actually outside a crappily built green pyramid. Illuminati confirmed, I shouted. Oh god, how I wish I hadn't. A triangle with a top hat popped out from behind the murky brown pyramid. Or murky green pyramid. Absolutely nothing happened. It just gave me explosive diarrhea that I had to live with for the entirety of this shitty existence of mine. That's how scary that fucking jump scare was. Five Nights at Freddy's had absolutely no shiz on that shizilla shit. Were my parents in the Illuminati? I don't fucking know. I was then taken to the dark room again. A thought hit me. Did I leave the midget porn open? No, that wasn't it. Was I somehow TP'd into Minecraft using some mystical computer program? That sounds like bullshit, right? Think again. Well, actually don't, because none of this makes sense. Bill Gates and Madara appeared in front of me. Bill, why are you such a bae? God damn it, Maddie, learn to spell. Did they not realize they were talking about their personal matters in front of someone? I've been cheating on you anyway. Do you really think that I would? Oh, did you really not think that I would? I owned a fucking Akatsuki, bitch. Mangakyou Sharingan. Bill dropped to the floor, his mind not be able to handle the force of the Mangekyo Sharingan. His head exploded. I started to laugh. I was so happy. You're smexy, so you will stay alive. Say hero to my new BF. Someone floated in. It was Akihiko Swaggy Usame. I knew that motherfucker had some role in the grand scheme of things. Oh, and by the way, Bill was having a seizure at this point. It's just for I should let you know. Okay, now then back to the plot. But weren't you going out with question mark, exclamation point, question mark? I exclaimed. I only did that so I could win my fucking Oscar. I knew he was telling the truth, even though anime characters don't get Oscars, so what the fuck? Then all of a sudden the smell of weed could be smelled in the air. I was starting to remember that song that made me so hard. A Snoop Dogg appeared. Oh my fucking god, Snoop, is the weeds on the show reels? Madara asked. My eyes met Snoop's. My eyes seemed to zoom in on his face, as saddening, yet epic music played. About 10 seconds later, he simply explained, "No," and laughed so hard. He shot a laser from his mouth and managed to krill Madara and Akihiko. I was so depressed. When I woke up, I saw a packet of cannabis on my bed. Had this been a bad trip? One look out the window confirmed that had not been my mind making up these images. Outside, I saw zombies. Oh shit, time for 360 butt sex, just like they did to my poor old grandmother. What? The Dayton 1 conspiracy was now in place. As I sit here writing this, it has been 20 years. I had no idea what happened to everyone else who was in the game, nor do I really give a shit. The zombies are all dead, but not before all having a massive gangbang with each other. I'm the last human alive in this country. The Illuminati have taken over. And Shrek, oh Shrek, he's having a two-way relationship with Steven Herobrine. Sky Does Minecraft is my idol, even though he and PewDiePie came out as the rulers of the Illuminati, and they caused all this shit to happen. I still love them. As I write this, I'm near death due to lack of swag. This is the last time I will ever be alive. Ever. As I'm dying, I feel a warmth moving towards me. It's Shrek. I'm so very, very happy. Wow. And there is a part 2, but I don't want to read that right now. But, yeah, part 2 seems to be the same length. So, wow. I give that an oh god, not the bees out of 10.